My name is Emily Wright, and I am a Reiki practitioner. I practice acupressure, and I'm an infinite possibilities coach. So all three wrapped up into one. I'm in the Madison area, so I live in Arlington, but I'm practicing on the east side of Madison now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and then where exactly do you, where do you practice now?
Okay.
At the moment?
Right now I practice at Pasha Salon, so it's on the east side of Madison, kind of by Target, which is awesome. It's a new salon, and I'm very happy to be there, just newly starting off there. I had been practicing in my home, and that I was realizing it was hard to kick the family out and kick the dog out to be able to have clients over in my home because I wanted it to be quiet and not all the commotion. I was also downstairs, and I have a number of steps to go downstairs, and that probably wasn't going to be good for clients if they were having any aches and pains to be able to go down the stairs. So I wanted to find a public place to be able to do so.
Right. So how long have you been practicing?
So I just am opening the doors basically, or starting with Pasha Salon this month, but I've been practicing for clients since last fall is when I had started practicing for clients. Besides family and friends. Family and friends, it had been for years, I would have to say, but when I finally said, okay, I'm now open for business, that was fall of last year.
Right. And what do you think is the most important thing that you've learned about practicing for others?
I would say the most important thing for practicing for others would be to make sure to provide a sacred space where they're comfortable, where you're comfortable, and you just have a nice warm environment for them to be able to look within. So practicing with others is just making sure there's enough time, that you're not rushing things, because they're taking time out of their day to focus in on themselves, and that they're granting themselves relaxation and healing. And so I want to honor that, and I want to make sure that there's a nice, comfortable space. So when working with others, I would say honoring them, honoring the space, and making sure I'm grounded and ready for them as well. So I'm practicing with others. Yeah. The other thing is, when working with others, I think I'm an educator at heart, and I want to share as much as I can. But I learned that sometimes just share high level, and if they want to know more, they'll ask more. So not to overwhelm, because I think I overwhelmed a few of my family and friends when I first started, wanting to share with them everything. So then I learned to tone it back and just be like, okay, high level, this is what it is, this is what it's about. If you want to know more, let me know, and we can go further then.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm excited, and I want to share everything, but they just might want to have the relaxation experience. They might not want to know everything. So listen and learn and observe from them too. Yeah.
And the most important thing that you've learned about starting your own practice would be?
Reach out for help. Research. There's so many different books out there. There's so many different practitioners. There's so many different ways to do it. So for me, I researched a lot. I reached out, and then I had to figure out what I was comfortable with, and being ready in my time. I got ready to get ready often, but yeah, I would say about starting my own practice, make sure you do plenty of research. Make sure you have the fundamentals and you reach out to others who have done it before. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because people are honored to be able to give back. If somebody reaches out to me, I'll be like, yes, let me share with you. Again, the educator, we're in this practice because we want to help others, and we're healers, right? Sometimes I think we forget to take care of ourselves, and that's even asking for help when we need it. So to be open to ask for that. I learned that the hard way too. So
Yeah, that's a hard one for a lot of us, I think.
Yeah.
Your favorite part about having your own practice?
Well, that I have the opportunity to share with others. That I have, my favorite part of being able to do it is to see someone take time for themselves and to honor themselves and to give themselves the love to be able to heal from the inside out. Whether it's through the gentle healing or whether it's through the thought coach, the coaching that I do with them. that I love to see, when somebody feels good and they get that aha, or they get that empowerment inside from what they realize is already there. That is exciting to me, to be able to share this with others, and have people feel good. That brings me joy. That makes me feel good to have other people feel good.
So what would you say has been the hardest part about having your own practice, both in your own home and now that you're starting out in a newer place?
Mm-hmm.
What has been the hardest part for you about having your own practice?
To do it. To get started to doing it, I think fear held me back a lot. I was afraid that I wasn't enough. I didn't have enough of this or that. Again, I kind of said that I felt like I needed to get ready. Mm-hmm. I just had to do it. So, the marketing portion of it, do I have a website? I was very blessed and lucky. I have an amazing, talented friend who has website skills, and she built a website for me. I gave her the content. I'm like, here's what I'd like, and she built it for me. If I tried to do that myself, I would be in a heap in the corner right now. But Julie did an amazing job. She built that. So having a website, then kind of coming up with the marketing information, and being in the corporate world, I've seen different things, so I'm like, oh, I'll try and do that. And so just, applying what I've learned before into this, although they were a little bit different, but just going, okay, this will work here. You do know some of this, and just to be comfortable with that. So I think marketing, getting the clients in, I'm still learning how to do that. I'm just coming up with, okay, what kind of specials, what kind of promotions, what can I do to get the word out there, and just tiptoeing still into it. But I think that's the hardest, is to get the clients either by referrals. One other thing that just thought of is getting comfortable talking about what I do and have the confidence to do that. That, I think, was challenging for me, because I was afraid to share this. This was like a different part of my life, and more of the personal side, and now I'm sharing that with others. So, I had to get comfortable, like, yes, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I can share with you, mm-hmm. and needing to bring that confidence so others can feel confident coming to me going, okay, Emily believes in this, Emily feels that she's excited. Right. I'm excited to be here too, So I think that was the hardest for me, to come to the realization, like, yeah, you are ready. You don't have to get ready to get ready to get ready.
So this is my favorite question of all of them. So what calls you to do this work?
So that's one where I could probably go on for hours, but to try and bring it down is, for me, it feels wonderful to help others, to be of service to others, to help lead others to their own empowerment, whether it's through the gentle healing, whether it's through the thought-inspired coaching, working with them, because everybody has it within them to be strong and powerful and healthy and well. And because I went on that path, and others have helped me when I was on those journeys. And so now to be on the other side, to be able to pay it forward and to give that to others, that's amazing. So to be able to help others, to give them the space to look within and to find the love of themselves and to be able to heal themselves, I think that's just, So I'm called to do it because I want to help. I want to be of service. I think I've done that ever since I was a little girl. I'm always trying to help, whether it was being there to listen, whether it was holding a hand. And so, just coming to this, finally, it feels right. It feels natural. It feels like what I'm called to do. And so stepping into that is it's empowering for me to help empower others. It feels good. Yeah.
The last question is, what is your biggest hope for your own professional or personal practice? What are kind of your hopes and dreams? Where are you going?
Where do I want to go with this? Well, right now I'm part-time. So I have a full-time corporate world job, and this is part-time, stepping into it. So ultimate goal is to have this be my full-time job. I want to transition, into a healing practice. And I want to incorporate the body, mind, spirit, because it really is all together. So it's our thoughts and our beliefs and our emotions and how we deal with that and how we process that and how it may come out in our physical bodies, and really kind of looking at the complete package, because we are more than just our external physical, we're internal, and we're mind. And so really incorporating everything with the body, mind, spirit. and having a full-time, having it be full-time. So ultimate, on the professional level, and and I also look at that as a personal practice, is to keep continuing to practice on myself and not to forget about my well-being and my health along the way, so that I can still be strong to help others. So that's the hope.
Well, I want to thank you for interviewing with me.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that everybody gets some great tips from you and from all the people that I interviewed with. So thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for sharing your practice with me. Thanks for sharing it with them.
Thank you for listening, and thank you, Tina, for this amazing opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.